and welcome to the Sewing Studio. I'm Anna, and in this video I am going to talk you through the Janome HD9 sewing machine. I'm going to show you its features, talk you through everything that comes in the box, show you how to thread it, do some sewing, show you its capabilities, and then talk a bit about warranty and support. So if there's a particular section that you're interested in, feel free just to head straight to there. So the Janome HD9 is a straight stitch only machine, and it has a metal body. It's a flatbed, so there is no free arm. You've got 9 inches of space to the right of the needle, so plenty of room for those big projects. Now, being straight stitch, you will have the ability to change the length of your stitch, and that's with the dial on the side there. And the maximum length that you can achieve is 6mm, so it's really quite handy for basting as well. You've got your reverse lever and then automatic thread cutter button, and there is a manual one on the side there as well. Now, it's operated just with a foot control, but you do have a speed limiter here as well. So you've got low, up to medium, and then to high. So if you were just going to sit at midway, you could put your foot flat to the floor on the foot pedal, and it's not going to go any faster than that, and that helps you control it. When you get to the high speed, the top speed on this machine is 1600 stitches per minute. You've got needle up, needle down, and then the bobbin winder is an independent bobbin winder, so you don't need to unthread the needle to wind your bobbin. Also, you've got the large thread stand on the back here, so it will take the bigger cones of thread. There's a pre-tensioner here for your thread, and that is really useful for when you're using thicker thread, so something like top stitch thread and things like that. So the presser foot has an extra high lift, so you can get any bulky items in underneath, and you can also adjust the pressure that's applied to that. That helps feed any thick items through. Also helps when you're dealing with delicate fabrics as well, and that's easily adjusted with this dial up here, and then you've got an indicator down here. It's got a built-in needle threader, and the bobbin loads in the side here, so you just pop that plate off. It's in underneath there, and I'll show you that when we get to the threading section. Put that back together. Now, it comes with a narrow foot, and that's really helpful to clamp the fabric and really give you good control. Personally, I find a narrower foot much easier, especially if you're turning corners and things as well and lining up your markings and everything. So you've got the standard one that comes with the machine, a hemmer foot, a concealed zip foot, and a roller foot for leather and vinyl. There's also a range of accessories with this little storage box and an extension table included, as well as an instruction book, your knee lift, which just plugs into the front of the machine here to raise the presser foot with your knee. Foot control, there is also a power lead. I've got it down there ready to plug it in, so I don't have it on here. And it also comes with a soft cover. So this machine weighs about 14.5 kilos because it's all metal. So it's not really designed to be carried around. And then this you can pop over it just to keep the dust off and help protect it when you're not using it. So let's get it plugged in, and I'll show you how to thread it, and we'll do some sewing. So to thread the machine, there are guides on the top here and down the side, so you've always got a constant reminder of the path that you're taking. So pop the thread on one of the spool stands, and then in the guide at the top, and then in that guide there. And then you're coming into the pre-tensioner, so from right to left through the first hole, and then up and back around, and the same through the last hole. I really should put my glasses on. There it is. Just make sure that's not doubled over. There we go. And then in between those tension discs as well, that can sometimes gets missed. So it just needs to go in between them. And then I'm holding onto this so that I'm threading it under a bit of tension. So you want to go inside these discs and give it a good tug and in and around that spring. And then down under that piece of metal, in behind that guide, through the take-up lever from right to left, back down through the same guide, in the thread keeper there, and then the last one at the very top of the needle. So for the needle threader, you want to drop the presser foot to give it a bit of room, pop the needle down and back up again so you know it's in the right position. Bring the needle threader down. Now I should have mentioned that the needles on this the hole goes from left to right or side to side, and that's because it's a side loading bobbin. So leave that in there and then pop the thread around the guide there and in underneath the little hook, pull it back out, and then you've got your needle threaded. So I'm pop my foot back up. So for the bobbin, you just want to lift the plate off and lower the door, and then it's in this case here, and sorry, my hand's going to get in the way, but there's not a lot I can do about that. There's a little lever that you pull and then you can release it. So that's this lever here. So you just grab hold of that, pull it, and then you can take it out. And to pop the bobbin in, as I say, they're metal bobbins, hold quite a bit of thread. So you just pop that in with the tail to the right, through the slit, and then up under the plate there. And then to pop the bobbin back in, you just do the reverse that you did to take it out. So open the lever, pop it back in, and close the lever down. And then to draw up the thread, you just want to drop your needle in, out again, tug on the needle thread, and there's your bobbin thread. Just pop the door back up, whoops, put the plate back on, and you're ready to start sewing. So at the moment the stitch length is on 0. That's no good, we're not going to go anywhere and have a jam up if I start sewing. So first off, I've got a piece of cotton that I'm going to sew, so I'm going to go about 2.5 stitch length, and I will show you the different speeds. So I drop my presser foot down, pop the needle in, do a few securing stitches, and at the moment we're on slow speed. Let's go up to midway, and then top speed, is really quite fast. And as I said, that's 1600 stitches per minute, so it really does pack a punch. Cut the threads, and then that's your nice neat straight stitch. That's the top and that's the bottom. And if you notice as well, when I was going quite fast, I went wibbly at the end because I'm trying to keep my hands away so you can see, but you do have a nice amount of control there. Let me show you again a minute. You'd be speeding through long projects. There you go. So let's have a look at a thicker type of fabric. So I've got some denim. So I'm going to pop a jeans needle in. And the flat part of the needle goes towards the body of the machine. So the flat piece to the right. Screw that in as far as it will go. Bring the needle threader down, lay it in there, under there, draw it through, and that's threaded. So because this is thicker than the cotton that I was just using, I'm going to go for a slightly longer stitch length. So just pop these under, drop the foot down, drop the needle in. I'm going to go for the slower speed. And then no problem at all for this machine. It's what it's designed to do. Look how beautiful that stitch is. And it's lovely and secure. So let's double that over and go through 4 layers. Again, no problem whatsoever. but I could see that it was starting to just bunch up a bit under the needle there. So when I double it over again, what I'm going to do is reduce the presser foot pressure that's on there, and that will help to avoid that. So I'm just going to go down to say 1.5. So double it over again. So we've got 8 layers now. Use the high lift to get it in underneath. Just pop that in under before it goes wayward. And that's lovely and neat still. That's your liner stitch in there. So let's have a look at some leather that I've got here, and we'll go through a few layers on this. So I'm going to take this needle out and pop a leather needle in. Pop that down, needle down and up, bring the needle threader down, in, whoops, under, didn't quite get that in there then, under that one, in under there, and then draw that through. There it goes. Pop that in underneath. So I'm going to apply a bit more pressure on here. So I've got, this is bits of scraps from a bag that I've made previously. So I've got the handle, and then this was the outer of the bag. It's quite a soft leather, and then obviously you've got an interlining, and then your lining on the top to support the handle. So I'm just going to layer that up. I mean, ordinarily you would pin, obviously. Drop that in. Drop the needle in. I'm not going to use the thread cutter either because it's quite a thick thread for the thread cutter. And that's your beautiful piece of top stitching. So this machine comes with a 2-year warranty as standard, and you can increase that to 5 years if you wish to, and there's a card in the box that tells you how to go about doing that. And don't forget, we're here at the Sewing Studio as well for any help or advice that you might need. So I hope throughout this video you've managed to get a grip of how to use this machine and its capabilities. It's a really great machine for making those heavier projects, the larger projects, you know, curtains and things like that, making up bags and everything. It's a super powerhouse and really does plow through those fabrics. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Would you like to be the first to hear about new launches, incredible deals of the week, best offers and news from the Sewing Studio? Or join our community of sewers by signing up to receive our newsletters, straight from our team of sewers and quilters. We promise to keep them fun, useful and informative, and we might even pop in some surprises from time to time. So visit our website and sign up today.